Hello, man.
Hi, good
Hi,
evening. Hi,
good
Marcus.
evening. Yeah. Okay, my pleasure to invite you to be my guest tonight. And for the next 50 minutes or even an hour, then we just have a lively talk so that through this event, we can inspire more people in front of us. Okay, so first of all, welcome everyone. Come to our PropNext WeInspired. Friends who come to Facebook, do greet us by typing in hello and also invite and share with friends who are interested in understanding the success key behind to unlock your potential through this event now and later for the next 50 minutes. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marcus Teng, CEO of PropNext Malaysia, as well as the host of tonight. First, let me introduce tonight this special guest, Tian, our group leader of PropNext Malaysia. He has the experience in the real estate industry for the last 16 years, but yet he is a very humble and willing to learn and share leader. And she has not come from any rich background, or some people say 含字金鎖匙出世. So he also not born to be a salesperson or superstar. But throughout these 16 years of his effort and the time management, and he's managed to keep on conquered a higher and higher level of milestone. And he also graduated like normal people, graduated from uni, okay, also not from the first job become a salesperson. Later, he's going to share with you what is his past, or maybe say the day one when he stepped up to the society along the journey, and also this 16 years real estate entrepreneur path. Definitely, he has a lot of up and down. Up and down path, and going to share with you. And hopefully, by this share of the story, we manage to bring you some key message. So, without further ado, let me introduce Tian. Tian.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you for inviting me tonight. And
Yeah.
then it's my honor to be here today. And thank you, PropNext, for having this session, especially at this moment, a
Yeah.
special beginning of August. So I hope that we're going to have an interesting chat tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, maybe like I said just now, the moment you step up from the society, then what is your first job? People always can't forget their first job. But for
My
me,
first
I'm jobless since day one because I never seek for a job. Because the day one I back from my university, I really daring and straight away jump into real estate industry. But maybe you are
I
different,
didn't
right?
I didn't start off like that. My
Oh,
first job was actually like a van driver. I was actually
van
driving a
driver.
van. I was driving a van going around the whole Malaysia. And imagine that time, there's no Waze, there's no GPS. We were still using the very thick map, the
Man,
map
man, 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 man.
directory.
Man, I know you're a very humble guy, but I couldn't imagine a degree holder. How come his first job is to be a van driver? Is it that time during economic crisis or because of what? Yeah.
Uh, Not really a driver. It's just that my job is actually a circulation and promotion executive for a publisher.
Oh,
So
okay.
my job is actually bring to promote and bring the magazine to the school, to the
Ah,
curriculum.
now I got
That
it. Okay.
that magazine is actually is all about career and also educational. So it's actually to help the student how to select the course in the university.
Ah, interesting,
So
interesting. Hello. Let's say hi to our online friend. Hi, Risha
hello,
Ong, Joe,
hello.
Alex Lu, and Faye Wong, Joe Liu. Hello.
So
Okay.
that job was really interesting because
Mm.
I have to print and combine all the map physically, And then on the other hand, I have to control the styling to drive around the whole Malaysia.
Oh,
The job was fun. It's just that the income, because it's the first job after graduation. I was earning around 1,009 a month,
oh,
and
okay.
then as a graduates, you wanted to have a big, always have a big dream, and you wanted
Yeah,
to try your level best, you know. So
yeah.
that job was my very first one to gain some experience.
Okay.
But the only thing is, as I mentioned just now, the income was a bit too low, and I look at my senior. A lot of them are gaining 10% gain increment
Oh,
every year.
increment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what I was thinking to reach to their position, in order to double up my income, maybe I need to have 10 years working for that company,
Oh,
because
okay.
traditionally most of the company are using time and years of experience to get increment.
Okay.
Mm.
So now in front of my friend. So Matt give us so-called hints. Okay, when you can foresee what you're currently doing for the next 5 or 10 years. In fact, you already know what you are going to get it by end of the each 5 years. So, and that's the reason I believe, Matt, this job won't last you for long, right? Because you already had the sense of urgency, the so-called the sense of risk. And so, what is next? Yeah.
This is one of the key reasons. The second reason was I couldn't stand the long hours of working. It's not that the work requires long hours. It's simply because I got to depart from home early to avoid the traffic jam. Though it's a
Ah.
9 to 5 job, but I have to depart from home maybe 7, just to avoid the
Mm,
jam in the morning. And then I finished work
mm,
at 5, but I couldn't go home because of the jam. So I have to stay on and sometimes use my time to earn from OT, get some extra income. And to avoid the
okay.
jam, I depart from the office around 8 or 8:30. So
Mm,
looking at the long hours in the office is actually not the lifestyle that I'm looking for.
yeah.
And from that, because I myself and my that time my girlfriend came to KL with empty pocket, so we wanted to try something better. So we came
Mm.
to know a job, a sales job in Palace of the Golden Horses.
Palace of Rose. I know. I think during Millennium year, that time is quite famous, right?
Yeah,
When the Palace of the Golden Horse set up 20 something, is it?
it was quite some time ago, but the job that I was offered was actually a vacation club. We are selling the membership.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
So that was the first sales job that actually got involved, and the
Mm.
first experience being trained as a salesperson. I still remember when I came to this line, my mom asked, "Ah boy, that all."
And
He was questioning me whether I can deliver the job or not, because I used to be very quiet and shy, hiding myself
mm,
at the back of the classroom.
introvert, is it?
Yeah, introvert. Yes, yes. But it,
Okay, Matt, can share a little bit. What makes you have this great challenge for you to break through? Just because you foreseen I can't get my double income for the next 5 to 10 years, and that's why you take this vocation club because there's so many sales. How come you pick up this? This is very challenging because they are like selling nothing, just like selling an insurance, correct? Okay, and I know the phone, the telecommunication skill definitely very good. Then have to invite those come during the weekend, So like, what makes you have such a courage? Like your mom said, they are.
to be
Because I
very
also
frank,
curious because I know that line is very challenging.
yeah, to be very frank, I didn't know what job is that. I just know that it's a sales job. And then
Ah,
the reason going there is purely because it's a Palace of the Golden Horses. It's a 6-star hotel. So with that name, with that background, I think I won't go. I'm going the right way. So that was what I had in in my thought. And then yeah, based on the two reasons that I mentioned just now, I foresee that I can't deal with long hours working in the office. This is the
Mm.
thing. I don't want to have a life with to earn with my time, with sacrificing of my time. And
No life.
secondly, I don't want to limit myself to earn
Mm.
by using time. So it's the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah, because in
Okay.
order to have increment, I have to spend like years.
Mm.
So I wanted to have something different. Probably I
Ah.
would say unlimited income source.
Mm. Okay. So you give me a message that, in fact, just because you don't know what you're going to sell, sometimes it's a good though, because you have no think too much.
Yeah, all right. It's true.
And I also know that you are one of the top sales during that time, right?
Yeah, I was fortunate, and I was actually really trained, become the top sales that time. Partially because of the reward system that they have. Every 3 months they will have a incentive trip. So they really drive you. They really train you in a way that you hit your target and you get rewarded and you enjoy your lifestyle. So
Ah,
that was the first job that I experienced. I have good income at the same time have good lifestyle. So
ah, okay.
pretty
Then
interesting.
after that, since the job is so good, and you also find you have a freedom, traveling during young time. Who don't like traveling? I believe everyone here like traveling. So
Yeah.
then after that, what you uh that day after continue for your 16 years in the real estate industry path.
At the
So what
beginning
made
stage,
mm,
at the beginning stage, it was pretty interesting, pretty enjoyable. But later part, I discovered that this job really actually have taken up most of my nights because the
night?
working hours is actually from 2 p.m. until nighttime.
Mm,
Some could be 10 o'clock, it could be 11 or 12 a.m. And most of the weekends is compulsory to work. You just
yeah,
imagine
definitely.
people have time over the weekend and nighttime to come to the hotel to listen to you. So that's
Mm,
the working hours that I had. So I was thinking myself, I feel like I'm losing a lot of family time. I feel
mm.
like I was like an alien, you know. I work on
Yeah, people
weekend.
sleep, you work, people work,
Yes,
you sleep.
yeah. So I know that sales job is definitely is a good direction. So I start to discover, is there any other sales job that actually gives me more freedom in terms of time?
Mm,
Happened that that time I was actually getting married and I wanted to get my first home. So
mm.
I was, with the intention of buying my first home, I start to explore this industry. And happened
Ah,
that I'm the easiest customer that time. The
okay.
first viewing, we both of us fall in love with the first fall in love. What do you call it? Fall in love is the first sight, and then we decided
Okay.
to buy that house.
Yeah, 一見鍾情啊。
Yeah. So we was thinking if I was thinking if I come across the same type of buyer, the sales job is so much easier. So I just need to get the right person to look at the house and instantly they make the decision and I
Mm.
easily earn a five figures income easily.
Ah, okay. So are
Yeah.
you straight away be a full time or also from transition period part time first?
Yeah, because I have a comfortable income from vacation club here, so I dare not to take up a big step. So I started off with a part timer as a part timer. But
Mm.
even though I'm a part timer, but I really use my time very carefully, and really utilize it. So I did actually request and apply to work from 6 p.m. until night, and of course the weekend.
Ah,
So I
mm.
have morning until late afternoon. So every
Ah,
day I work like a full-time mentality, and
Mm,
that's actually draw me to success. But the success
mm.
come pretty late because my
Oh,
first 10 month was actually blank.
zero.
Yes, zero. I got one actually. I got a rental actually, rented deal. I rented my cousin's sister's house to a police officer, but
But I
unfortunately,
remember, you
yeah,
recall me, you remember LV, our agency leader,
yeah,
he did quote, if you not earn, definitely you will learn.
yeah,
So for the first 10 months,
yeah,
guess in front, okay, if you have no sales for the first 10 months, then you have no worries because Matt also was one of the one. So what you learn, Matt, during the first 10 what do you learn? Even you, I just thought you inspire me. No doubt, I'm part-time, but I'm really has a full-time mentality because mindset is very important. Okay, so maybe you can share more detail during the first 10 months, how you're going to create your momentum. We so-called snowball effect.
I think simply looking at all the achievers in the company, they are doing the same thing. You know, in real estate business, the routine is the same. You got to reach out to the customer to get property for you to lease out, and then you need to do the marketing. You need to put in the effort to design the marketing stuff, and then you just need to conduct viewing, and then just close the case and do some negotiation probably. So it's actually the same kind of works that you really need to put in hours and put in
Mm,
efforts. So there's nothing difficult. It's just that you need to constantly putting in the effort. So I believe
mm,
it's the matter of time. So like a plant, if you water the plants every day, you put in fertilizer, you clear all the weeds, it's a matter of time it will grow. It will grow to become a tree, a flower.
ah,
Yeah.
mm. Just like maybe say the first 10 months is we plant the seed.
Plant the seed and nurture it over the time.
Ah, yeah, constantly because cannot one time watery.
Yeah.
So have to constantly. This theory is good. This theory is good. And I know that Matt, I know you for 3 years. I know that you are the very how to say very punctual people.
Yeah.
And from just now what you share, you are the person that really treasure on time and are very good in your time management, not allowed to waste of a single second. And also
Mm,
because of that, you find your lifestyle, man. Now I find out why every day 9 o'clock you need to go to bed because it's a lifestyle.
yeah.
Maybe it's like for your first two job because you every time you work until so late.
I was actually
Okay,
like that. Yeah. I mean,
okay. Actually,
I used to sleep early, and that's how I remain myself fresh in the morning. But having said that, I actually use the same discipline and also the utilization of my time to actually pursue my license. I
mm,
know I couldn't sleep late and I couldn't read much at night, so I actually spend a lot of morning time, early morning, maybe around 5 to 6, to do my study before
meaning
going
to
for the exam.
say when you convert to full time, you
Yeah,
already start taking the real estate license exam.
yeah.
So you already plan for your next plan.
It came to me actually um, because one of my friend actually said, "Hey, why don't we have these notes? Why don't we photostat and do it together?" So I must thank that person to initiate that idea to me. To be honest, I have never thought of that, but that came to me,
Ah,
and I just react to it, respond to it, and but I really put in a lot of efforts, especially the discipline. in terms of time to do my study in the morning. And that actually it also is like a career enhancement for myself because I can understand more about this industry.
All right. So it's
Yeah.
not easy to concurrently study and doing business.
Yeah, especially
But
the exam is it's really scaring. You just imagine
it's
you
scary.
came out from school, came out from university for so many years, and you have to step into the examination hall. That is so scary, and that took me
but
4 years.
at last, but at last, there's a one quote say what? It's hard, but hard does not mean impossible.
Yeah.
And you make how many years?
Exam was actually 4 years, but the later part, the
Okay.
assignment, the interview, and some waiting period, some because of the MCO delay, it took me almost 9 years to complete the entire process.
Wow, really a marathon, yeah.
Yeah, but it's part of my journey because 16 years in this line and this already 9 years, so it's part of the journey.
Mm.
And because of that, and because
But
of
at
that,
last, you make it happen.
yeah, and because of that license, actually, it's one of the reasons that brought me into PropNex.
Mm. Okay. So, Matt, I know that you joined us since the day one of PropNex.
Yeah,
We do still remember the time is just we managed to change the government.
yes, one day before.
9th of May,
Yeah,
because 9th of May is my son's birthday, and until today.
we started
Then Matt,
on
can
8th
you
of May.
share with us? Share with us. I mean, like from your past company and now with PropNex. So we don't try to use the word comparison. We just say what is the difference from others after you join PropNex.
Okay. To be frank, I was doing pretty good there. Nothing wrong there. It's just that with the license, it's actually opened up my option because with the license you either to open up your own agency or you
Mm-hmm.
partner with someone or with a bigger brand to fully utilize that function. So at
Right.
that point of time, if I stay on, it's fine. It's just that I had been there for so long. It's 11 years, so I probably
Um.
repeat the same thing over and over again. So I was looking
Ah.
something different at that time, and happened that I got to know Yvonne and Marcus. You guys are bringing in this brand from Singapore. It's a
Mm,
it's a proven success because it's already
mm,
18 years at time. So I was
yeah.
excited about the new system and the syllabus from Singapore. So
Mm-hmm.
for the first year, actually, we actually explore most of the syllabus from Singapore. And the interesting part is actually they are not like most of the agency. They teach you A, B, C, eventually become D. It's a very straightforward formula. But here they actually touch more about inner self, understanding about your personal behavior, your personal feeling. So and that actually determine who you are
Mm-hmm.
and you reflect into your business. So I think that is more powerful and really help most of our agents here. Yeah. And one thing I discovered the biggest difference is actually the sharing culture. A lot of people in this company, they voluntarily become a committee member. And this is very interesting because
Mm,
you are not helping yourself, your group, but you are actually
mm,
contributing to help everyone in the company to grow together. So I
yeah.
think this is the biggest difference
Yeah.
that we discover.
Mm. Because environment is going to create another culture. And we are so happy. I think in front of us, we are, like PropNexian leaders, we are so happy and so proud because we really duplicate Singapore culture into Malaysia market. And this is why everyone can be transformed together. Because if change individually, I believe there's a word say, 三水顶八十啊. So the only way is the environment has chance to transform a people to another person. And PropNex, no doubt, is the right culture, real estate entrepreneur agency. Okay, so Matt, you make the right choice.
But I wasn't do well at the first year because when I first came on board in PropNex, I wanted to grab everything. So I grabbed every opportunity to learn. I attended most of the courses and I even fly to Singapore 6 to 7 times just to attend trainings, attend function, and I try my level best to grab every opportunity to contribute to the company. But end of the day, I couldn't manage well. I couldn't balance myself, and I lost myself. This and that reflect in my sales in the first year.
I think this one can reflect and link back the first year that you are doing in real estate business for the first 10 months. You also need to learn. Then 11 months onwards, then you earn. And I'm so happy you become one of the top 5 last year.
Yeah.
So I believe your system is kind of like, the cow, the digest system. They can eat a lot of glass, then slowly they only digest. So I think you are the kind of leader or the person.
Yeah, I think what I have done correctly was actually the second year. I take a slower pace to actually to slow down myself to understand what I have learned in the first year. When I say first year was actually May to April because that was my time. I joined in May, and then a calendar year of 1 year is actually May to April. So when I say the first year is actually refer to that. So my second year was actually reduced so much activities and courses, but I try to reflect back what I have learned and discover back all the things that actually we have gone through and slowly apply to myself and to my team. And the result was we have I had a better team, a bigger team, and some of them have better achievement for the second year.
Okay.
Yeah, but good things never last for long. At the end of my second year, we had the pandemic. COVID happened. That was in March last year.
Yeah.
And then
8 of March. Yep.
yes, and then 1 to 2 months later, a big group of my team members decided to leave, and that hit me the most. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but when I
then
look
day
back,
after how?
yeah.
So during that time,
Mm.
can you share with us what is your feeling? Because we are human we definitely have an emotional and feeling. Doesn't mean it's good, no good. But can you share with us, because maybe the audience here, they also has kind of like darkness journey, fall down. Then how you going to rise back? People say 边走跌低边走爬一山嘛，哪里跌倒哪里爬起来嘛。So can you share with the audience, like how you manage to turn it over?
Of course, in this line, in sales line, people come, people go. It's very, very common. Everybody have their own direction. They have their own preference. So to me, of course, it's a lesson to me to understand what I have done correctly or on what need to be done, need to be improved. But first thing first, I got to accept this. I accepted this situation. It's part of my personal creation. And then I let go the negative emotion. So by letting go, and then so that I can focus on what I can do next. So I have a
But that how can you share with me during the let go process? Can you tell us more how you letting go process? Because people every day, oh yeah lah, let it go. But how? I cannot just suddenly then suddenly I let go. But how? Then it take you how long to let go? Then what event and the people around you so that thereafter you quickly recovered and move on.
Today my topic is actually it's a journey, not the destination. So when I think back, the journey that I had with them is probably a short of 1 to 2 years. I witnessed the growth in this company. I witnessed the result in this company. We have a lot of good moments that we share. So not looking at the destination where they stay on with me, but over the 1 to 2 years, we really actually spend a lot of good time and we really witness each of everyone's growth. So I think that is good enough for us to accept the destination, and then that actually help us to let go. Yeah, no doubt they are not with us, but we have had a very good time before.
Meaning to say that you have kind of like heart of the gratitude. And
Yeah.
this gratitude managed to lesser down your emotional quickly or say gradually. Because when every time when think of the negative, then suddenly think of those sweet memory, sweet moment when along the journey from the past.
Yeah.
Right? So in front of the audience, I believe this one is quite how to say clearing or curing the process. Okay.
It's just
So
like
heart of
human being.
gratitude.
It's just like human being. Anyone can leave us anytime. So it's not that they stay with you forever. That is the best thing. But the every moment that we stay together, I think that is a precious moment that we should appreciate.
Yeah.
And with that is actually always hidden in our heart, and it makes us feel comfortable. It's good enough, I think.
That's why some people say be present or 活在当下.
Yeah.
So this is what created and left behind the good. Not say good lah, because in life really there's no bad or good things. Because sometimes when you talk about bad, but thereafter become good. But sometimes good, then slowly turn into bad. So life is like no right or wrong, no bad or goods lah. It's every moment what we have learned, and so that we practice in our life and become evolve. Just like this round, we are during the lockdown, during the pandemic. So it's a great time for us to evolve into more online. If not, then we will never, we will always be in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So the result will be keep on same more. So really thank you, Matt. You really inspired me. Really be present, learn it and practice, adapt it and practice. Especially just now you did mention one word, discover. Some people are really like too many things already. So sometimes we say 就是新发现
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I say, Matt, you are really willing to learn and share leaders because you honor and live your word.
I think this pandemic also taught us one thing. At the beginning, everybody having a big fear. We don't know what to do next.
Yep.
We have a lot of doubt here and there. But after some time, we tend to adapt to it. We try to fine tune ourselves how to adapt the situation. But that time we have not accepted it yet. We know that it comes to us. We feel that uncomfort. But the next stage is actually acceptance. Ever since we accept the situation, we feel more relaxed. And the last stage probably is to how to go along well with it peacefully. I think that is actually helping me throughout my whole process, that enable me to be a new person. Yeah.
Man, then can you share with me, because we know that our day one of the lockdown is last year, 8th of March. And
Yeah.
last year you really did well, okay, and become one of the top 10 within the top 10. What
Yeah.
is the secret behind? I believe the audience now, they would like to hear from you. What is the secret? Secret weapon?
I think over the 16 years experience, this line is about service, and it's not about how hard you try to squeeze, how hard you try to put in the effort. Sometimes it's actually your how to say, um, the sincerity. I think is very important. I mean, when you really put in your effort with your heart, people can feel, and you don't. Nowadays, I just focus on reacting what they want. For example, someone have there's inquiries come in, I just respond to it. I just do my job to explain well about that property. I just do my part to represent the owner. I just do my part to represent the seller, and do my part to revert message in between them. People say negotiation, but I would say we just put the words nicely together. And end of the day, the objective is very simple. We just want to get the best deal out of it. And my job is just to match. But nowadays, I don't really put much expectation after doing all this work. I just do my part, and I leave the end result to the universe, because I know you can't do much with your level at your level. You just need to do what you're supposed to do. Whether the deal is closed, whether the deal will come, is out of our control. So nowadays, I just do my part and leave it to them, leave it to the universe, and all this
Ah,
come to me naturally.
that's
Yeah,
mean, in fact, the key point is not about pandemic or lockdown. It's what you have been done from the past.
yeah,
And this past will keep on generate the constant momentum.
yes,
Meaning to say that our sales or our performance, it won't jump from the sky immediately. It have to like constantly, like a turtle, keep on moving forward, little step by little step. Am I right to say that, Matt?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, because as I know, you are not the person that very fluent in speaking. Some even you have the introvert, but yet your 后天勤劳 how to say you are not the 先天 you are not the born to be, but you are
Yeah.
the 好听 how to so if the audience in front can please help me to translate 后天勤奋
Constantly putting a lot of efforts, and hardworking person.
Okay, interesting.
But
Wow,
the
these 3 years, like we always say, if life without wave or even a stronger wave, then it will like no excitement at all. So the real estate entrepreneur path, they definitely will face up and down. It's a matter of how we can prolong when we are up, and how fast we can recover by accepting and adapt, thereafter let it go and reborn.
Yeah.
So I believe the second year, the God really give you not say a big gift, it's a huge gift for you, so that you can keep on practice even greater and further along the path.
Yeah.
You're such a lucky man.
Actually, I experienced the same experience back in 2014. Out of nowhere, my performance was pretty consistent over the past few years, and suddenly that year is a big dip. Suddenly out of nowhere, I have 6 months with no income, though I put in the same
Loss.
effort, put in the same time, put in the same amount of effort and times to it, but nothing simply happened. And the best thing is, on the seventh month, on July onwards, suddenly all this came to me. So when I look back, what happened to me that time, I really don't know why, don't know what's the reason. But during that time, actually have shaped me to become a person with steadiness and
I
trained
like
me
the
to,
word shape you. I like
yeah,
the word shape you.
and I discovered that peace of mind is really important. So as long as you have the peace of mind and you have the steadiness, you can actually carry the result and by end of the day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I should say the peace of mind. It let me link up to a Mandarin word called 平常心.
Mm.
Whatever happened, just like treat it naturally without much emotional.
Yeah.
Ah, mm.
Agree.
So it's cool. That's why, man, I know that you are like how to say your inner have a lot of strength and the power, but just that maybe have to wait for one day or the right timing, then you can explode out. Or maybe just because you are too humble. Because sometimes if over humble, the lack of confidence though.
Yeah.
Humble is not saying not good, it's good. But sometimes we also must be like more confident after from the humble learning. Then I believe the speed of the performance or growth will even go bigger and faster. Because as you know, our PropNext, our tagline is first leading and fast growing agency in real estate. Mm.
Mm.
So like
Yeah.
the leader, especially like you, I think it's time to like, to outpace a bit.
Okay, we do.
Because I can see you have a lot of in inner. Okay, because these 3 years, no doubt we are not talking much, but only during the meeting. But this 40 up to now 45 minutes, but you really let me 重新认识你. Even one step further of our friendship and relationship.
No worries,
And
we
I'm
still have a
looking
lot more year to go.
So, man, okay, so now entering into company 3 years lah. Thank you lah. You are a company growth with company throughout these 3 years. So for this year, up to now is already entering into the August. So for the first 7 months, especially during this lockdown since 1st of June, can you share with us for our today's last part? Then how you overcome it?
I think I mentioned just now, when it comes to pandemic, everybody was having fear at the beginning. So same goes to me. Especially this round, the lock is really more than two
Longer.
months. It's probably
Yeah.
3 months or 4 months. So what actually brought me to who I am today is actually probably the peace of mind over here. First thing is probably the cash flow that I built since I was young, that able me to have peace of mind in terms of in financially. I have this peace of mind. So I always never commit myself to a bigger commitment, and always watch my expenses and spend it wisely. This is one of the way to actually trying to have big contradict in terms of income and circumstances. Also, during this period of time, I try to do more things that actually make myself feeling good instead of watching the news, joining group that talking all the nonsense, talking all the negative
Yeah,
thing.
all the
I think
negative.
like
Yeah.
I shift myself to see more positive things, or even things that make myself have a pleasant feeling. It could be a song, it
Mm,
could be a funny movie, or it could be a meaningful movie. As long as I
mm,
stay myself away from all this negativity. And
mm.
also
Okay.
within our company, there are a lot of proactive people, and a lot of them really do a lot of good practice, or even like we our company, we have like a lot of online courses. I choose to stay along with this, and choose to participate even to make
Mm,
myself involved, so that
mhm.
stay on with the right people to have the right emotion and energy.
Yeah, the environment can change a person easily. So
Yeah.
choosing an environment is a key and the cruel, because as I always to share, if the choice is right, then you're already successful 50%. The balance 50% of the success is along the journey. Just keep on move forward, move forward, and move forward. Hmm. Okay, so it's already come to end of our last part of today events. Let me wrap it out. What Matt have shared with us just now, from first key message that I received. Okay, is a time management, because you never waste of the single second. Just like even you become a full-time agent, you also start to have your new plan by studying. Even it take longer, but at least the success is come from the action. And the self-discipline is another key. Like you just now already say, you are not the guy that late study. You will study in the morning, so you know well about your body system, because everyone body system is different, because their active time also different. So you are really know and fully understand about your own self. This one is a very good point. And also you always will learn as much as possible, but then slowly you will discover and practice thereafter. And this one is again another proven why your third year, I believe the third year onwards, you will every year will keep on become our company top, because you already almost can say adapt all the what you have learned. All right. And then of course when we face our darkness, like you say just now, the peace of mind is really important to let it go. Because if every one of us really every moment be present, then this gratitude will help us to clearance our negative emotional, so that we don't have such a hate, or fear or guilt. As long as every moment we did our best part, I believe we have no regret in life before we leave the world. Am I right to say that, Ahmed?
Yeah.
Because the most people fear of that is still with the 遗憾 嘛。遗憾是叫什么哈，Matt？
uh,
No regret lah. Should say
yeah,
no regret lah.
no
Okay.
regret.
And also you also did highlight the sales is won't suddenly come from immediately. It definitely have to be generate the snowball effect, and still have to keep on let the snowball become bigger, bigger and bigger. So despite of pandemic lockdown, it won't affect the business. Am I right to say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so in front of the audience, if you agree with the point that share, hopefully also inspire you, can you give me a 8? Give me an 8. Okay, all right. So Matt, so before end of the event, do you have any the from your deepest bottom of your heart that you want to pass this key message to us, for all the online fans, PropNexian friends, associate?
Mm, Yeah, since we are here in this pandemic and we are going through the lockdown, so I think we should really think what this pandemic actually wanted us to learn. Um, at first, we everybody was excited because we have more time for ourselves, more me time for yourself, for your family, and what have actually contributed to the world, society, the pollution, and also our lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle that you really want, and also a lot of people talk about retirement. So now we are like half experiencing the retirement's life. So when you have more time, when you have more freedom in terms of doing what you want, what you really want to do in your life. So if you can live every moment like what you plan to do, retirement, and you can enjoy it now, I think that's the biggest gift that you can actually experience. Not prolonging your retirement later, but now you utilize this time to enjoy it. I know it's not easy because sometimes you have doubt, you have worried about the income, but at least now, like our line, our industry, we can't conduct viewing, but we have to accept the fact that is the decision made by the government. So since we have time, why don't we just utilize the time wisely, especially do the thing that you really like, that you want to do to achieve during your retirement time. Just do it now. Some people
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
gardening.
yeah.
Some people like
Yeah.
watching lots of TV or playing lot of games. So just do it now and get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pleasant
Also
moment.
spend much more time with family.
Yeah, it can be that. So
Yeah.
don't
Create
wait.
more
A lot of
bonding.
people say
Yeah.
one day, maybe one day you will do, but do it now
Yeah.
since we
Enjoy
have
every
time.
moment. No
Yes.
one will stop us of creating enjoyness.
Yeah.
Okay, so really thank you, man, for your tonight. Before your preparation, I believe you also spent a few nights to prepare for tonight because you want to give the best to the audience here, and really appreciate, especially you are the kind of people treasure of time, and audience here. So thank you very much for your time and your patience with us for the last 50 over minutes. And this is end of our event. Thank you very much. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Everyone, good night. Stay safe. Stay calm. Bye.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Pronex.
Thank you, Matt.